Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Um, Today I'll be doing a tutorial for this entire thing. Well, not the entire thing. I'll do the first floor and then I'll make more videos on each floor. The last two now, because okay. Um, so the area we'll be doing is this lobby area, this upstairs area, and then the elevator, the back of this lobby, and that'll be it, I think. Let's see. Maybe I'll get to the second floor. It's not too hard. But yeah, for this build, you're going to need a 35 by 25 area. And if you just want the building, it's going to be a 25 by 25 area. So, to start, you're going to need smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz slabs, stone bricks, red concrete, um, water bucket, and smooth stone slabs. And I do recommend building this in Java if you can, because a lot of stuff, like a lot of the decorations in the higher floors, kind of only work in Java. So we'll start with like the base layer of the building. So you're going to come to the front corner of the 25 by 25 square, which will be 10 blocks back from the 35 side. So you're going to place smooth quartz right on the corner. Then you're going to come back diagonal to the right by 1. You're going to place 7 stone bricks. Then you're going to place a smooth quartz, 7 stone bricks, smooth quartz, 7 stone bricks, and you're going to come forward diagonal to the right with 1 smooth quartz. And then these two in the middle you bring forward by 1. Okay, so then you're going to bring all the smooth quartz, only the smooth quartz, up by 7. And then you're going to connect it all with 2 rows of smooth quartz. And you're going to have 1 block behind the single pillars. And you're just going to leave that for now. Okay, so I was mistaken. You don't need red concrete, you're going to need red wool. Sorry about that. So from these middle two, you're going to come into on both sides in the middle section, and then you're going to place 3 red wool in between that. And then you're going to bring these middle 5 rows forward by 8. Okay, so then you're going to place 5 smooth quartz stairs in front of those 5 rows, and then replace the ground in front of those with stone brick. Okay, so then from either side, either of these pillars, you're going to bring 8 stone bricks forward. So it would just be in line with that. Then you're going to replace the ground just in between the quartz and the stone brick. Nowhere else, I don't think. So I am wrong. You're going to bring each of these stone bricks in the ground forward by 1. And then you're going to place a smooth stone slab in front of that. Okay, so now we're going to do the railing sections of the little bridge thing. So you're going to start off coming to this smooth stone, which is in front of the pillar. And you're just going to come in front of it with one smooth quartz stair. Then you're going to place a backward smooth quartz stair in front of it. An upside down smooth quartz stair in front of the first stair you placed, and then a normal smooth quartz stair on top of the backwards stair, like this, I guess, so that you have like a stair shape in the middle there. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. Okay, so now the rest of the railing is pretty easy, I think. So you just come to behind the upside down stair. You're just going to place backward stairs with a 1 block space in between them until you have a 1 block space to the pillar. And you're going to do that on both sides. And then behind all the stairs with the gaps and behind the pillars, you're going to place backward spacing stairs. And you should have a total of 4 each on each side. Then above the upside down stairs, you're going to place another forward facing stair. Then you're going to have to place upside down stairs that line up with the backwards facing stairs, and you're going to have to leave a 1 block gap between each of them as well. And if I'm not explaining things good, you can just look at the video, I guess. I don't know. Just like this, it's easier to see with the blocks highlighted. And then you're going to do upside down stairs that are forward facing on top of the rest of the gaps you have. Okay, so now you're going to come to either side of these little stone brick ditches we have, I guess. Little where it dips down and you had to break into the floor. You're going to place 6 waters starting from the back quartz. And it's only 6. You don't fill up the rest of it. And that's on both sides. Okay, so now we're going to do the rest of this frame. So you're going to come to either side and you're just going to repeat what we have here. It's always 7 stone brick between the pillars, and the corners are always 1 diagonal out from the stone brick. So like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the pillar. And then I'll edit out what I'm doing in between, and it's the same thing all the way around. Okay, then you're also going to bring them all up to the same height as those, so you're just going to bring them up to 7. And you're going to connect them at the top, just like that. and you're going all the way around with this. Okay, so you're going to keep 4 items, and then you're going to add 3 new ones. So you can keep the smooth quartz, the stone bricks, the red wool, and the water bucket. And then you're going to also get out red concrete, red terracotta, and white glass blocks, not the panes. Okay, so you're going to come to this middle front section where the carpet leads into. And starting from the left, you're going to place 2 red terracotta, leave a gap of 3, and then 2 coming out from the other pillar. Then you're going to come up 3 on both sides, and then connect those back into the wall. And then coming 1 block out from the 2 at the top, you're going to come out 1 more, and then you're going to bring this across at the top. So you're going to have to build 1 up and then connect it with 3 in the middle. Then you're also going to bring this back a block, and in these gaps in between the pillars and the terracotta, you're going to place white glass blocks. Okay, so next, on all the stone bricks, it's just going to be white blocks filling in the areas between the bricks and the pillars. Just like that, and it's going to be on all sides. Okay, something I forgot to mention is on the back wall here. It's something I completely forgot. You're going to copy the front entrance there as well. So, sorry about that. Okay, so something I forgot in the main tutorial is the lanterns at the entrance. You're just gonna come to like these front 2 blocks here. Okay, so second one in, fourth one up, you're just gonna add 1 terracotta with a lantern under it, and you're gonna do that on the back entrance as well. I completely forgot about those, but that's all you need to do. I don't know if I'll add this into the recording before or after the entrance section, but yeah. Okay, so now that that's fixed, starting from the entrance, you're going to come forward with 3 red concrete on where the stone bricks are visible, and then you're going to come out on each side with an extra red concrete. And you're going to bring this forward 6 more. Then, on either side of this, starting from the stone brick next to it, you're going to come forward with 2 smooth quartz, 3 red concrete, and then 2 more smooth quartz. And you're going to do that on both sides. Then you're going to bring these 3 red concrete on either side. You're going to bring them all the way until they're 1 block from the wall. Then you're going to take out your smooth quartz and from the second one, you're going to bring this all the way to the wall, and then forward by 3, by 4 actually, and then you're just going to connect it to the other side. Just like this, it should look like. And then you're going to do that on both sides. Then in between, in this little gap we have here, you're going to replace the ground with stone bricks, and you're going to fill it with water, just like that. And you're doing that on both sides as well. That's and you're actually going to repeat all of this on the back side as well. So the back is mostly the same as the front, except for the ceiling, which I'll show why it's not in a minute, or when we get to it, I guess. Okay, so now in between the smooth quartz and the red concrete, you're going to fill in and connect the smooth quartz to the smooth quartz with red wool. You're going to fill in this entire area with red wool. So that you have a 7x7 little square in the middle there. Okay, so next, on either side of the wool and the smooth quartz next to the wool, you're going to place an extra row of smooth quartz, just on both sides of that. And then you're also going to connect the edges next to the walls with smooth quartz as well. Then, from the smooth quartz next to the wall, you're going to place 3 red concrete in rows all the way from the front to the back on both sides, just like that. And then after that, next to the 3 rows of red, you're just going to add a row of quartz. Then from the front and the back, you're just going to add a single block of smooth quartz. All the rest of this is just not smooth quartz, it's just air. So you should have like a little 2x4 thing here with smooth quartz, and you're going to do that on both sides as well. Then in between these gaps you're going to replace the floor with stone brick, and then you're going to fill it with water. And you do that on both sides, as you probably could have predicted. Okay, so for the decorations, or like the main, like the staircases, the receptionist desk. It's going to be a lot, so I'm just going to grab, I guess, what we'll use the most of. So, red wool, red terracotta, quartz stairs, smooth quartz slab, quartz block, and quartz slab. And for the block, the stair, and the slab, it's just the regular quartz, and then you just have the smooth quartz slab. And we'll also get out lanterns and I guess red stained glass and red stained glass panes. And then yeah. So maybe I should. Nah, that's kind of okay. So from the top corners of each side, coming from the front. Okay, I was right. So on the top corners, just below the layer of smooth quartz on the glass, you're going to place red terracotta in each of the corners. And then you're going to have a lantern hanging from all of those. Then you're going to come to this wool, like, kind of square we have in the middle. Okay, so you're going to place a row of 5 with a gap on each side. And then you're going to bring this up 3 more, so you have a 5x4 little wall there of wool. All wool walls. Tell me if you know what that's referencing. Okay, so on the front and the back of the wool square, in the middle 3, you're going to place 3 quartz block. Then on the sides of those, you're just going to place a single upside down quartz slab, so it's on the top half of the block. Then in the middle, on the middle quartz, you're going to place a single glass block, a red glass block, and then you're going to come out on each side with a red glass pane, and then you're going to connect that all the way to the wool. Just straight like that. And you're going to do that on the other side as well. This build is really symmetrical for the first floor. The rest isn't. Well, it's kind of symmetrical. It's like symmetrical down this way, it's not symmetrical down that way. So now, from this wool, on either side of the top one, you're going to place a block sticking out. Then you're going to come on top of each corner with a slab, and then the middle 3 are going to be blocks, just like this. And it's going to be the regular quartz for both of those. Then you're going to come to the front corner. You're going to place an upside down slab so it's on the top half of the block. Then you're going to come up right diagonally with another slab. So like this, just like that. And then you're going to do that on the other side as well. And then the middle is a block. And you do that on the back as well. It's the block in the middle. Slabs, slabs. That would have been a way better way of explaining it. Then coming from underneath this middle block, you're going to place a lantern. On both sides, the quartz blocks, you're going to place a lantern under those. And yeah, make sure you do that on both the front and the back. Just like that. If you want to, you can add the villagers and name them. I'm not going to. The one at the front is Susan, the one at the back is Alan. I don't know why I have that memorized, but for some reason I do. Okay, so you can put away your regular block of quartz, and you're actually going to need to get out smooth quartz again. So what you're going to do is you're going to come on either side of the water. You're going to place 7 smooth quartz pillars, just like that, so it's in line with the top layer of quartz. And you do that on the front and the back. It's just on like either side of the little water canal we have. And it's the middle water canals, not the ones that are on the walls. Then on either side of the wool, coming 1 block back diagonally from the pillar, you're going to place a wall of smooth quartz just in between these pillars. So it's kind of like the same length as the water, and it comes to the same height as the pillars. And it's going to be in the middle area, don't go towards the walls if you're building it, I guess. So yeah. Then 1 block below this, below the top layer, in between the corner of the pillar and the wall, you're gonna place a red terracotta with a lantern under it, and you're gonna do that on all the sides where it can be like reflected, I guess. Just like that. Okay, so we're gonna have to do the stairs eventually. So what we're gonna do is, starting from the quartz line here in the middle 3, where it's kind of like the same row as these 3 red concrete, you're gonna place 3 quartz stairs, and you can do that on all the sides, the same way we've been doing so far. And then you're gonna come behind it with quartz stair, upside down, of course, like most staircases in Minecraft that people do. And you're gonna come on top, then upside down, on top, upside down, on top, and then you're gonna want a 3-block gap between these staircases, so don't connect them all the way. So it should be 4 total normal stairs that you place, and 3 upside down. Then actually you can get rid of the red stained glass and red glass pane, and you're gonna want to get out red concrete as well. And you're just going to connect these with a 3x3 of red concrete, and then you're going to come in towards the wall with 1 more red concrete row. And that's it for the stairs, and you gotta do it on both sides. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the potted plants that are on either side of the the desk, the receptionist desk, I guess. So I think you can get rid of your red wool, and your lanterns, and you're going to get out barrels and oak leaves, specifically oak, unless you want to do what you want. So, below all the lanterns we placed that are like on the middle walls, you're going to place barrels directly below that. and make sure they're facing up. And then you can place 2 oak leaves on top of the barrels, just like that. And now we have to do the railing, which is very fun. Okay, so I actually lied about getting rid of your lanterns. You're going to need those again. Sorry. Just reorganizing a bit. So, starting from the second row of stairs, you're going to come up to, it should be in line with this pillar. You're going to come up so it's half a block above the stair. So it's like this. And then you're going to come up diagonally, just with the staircase, 1/2 block above the stair until you're at level with the red concrete. Well, not at level, but you'll be 1/2 block above, and it's going to be 5 total so that it reflects on the other side as well. Just like that. It's kind of hard to like explain, but it's going to be from the floor, it's going to be 2.5 until the first slab. And then from the floor to the middle slab, it should be 4.5, I guess. And just so you get something like this. And then you're going to put lanterns on the second and fourth block coming from either the front or the back. It doesn't really matter as long as there's a 1 block space in the middle and it's like the kind of, I don't want to say middle, but like the quarters, I guess. And then, of course, repeat. And make sure you use the smooth quartz slabs because it's not regular quartz. Trust me, I looked at the video so many times. And just do it on here as well. So now, on top of this red concrete, you're going to place 3 more quartz stairs on both sides. Then behind those, it's not upside down. It's not upside down stairs. It's going to be more red concrete behind the stairs. And that should connect into the wall. And then you're going to do 3 more quartz stairs on top of that. And then you're going to have to break out these middle 3 blocks in the wall so that you can finish off with the 3 more quartz stairs. Okay, so this next part is kind of, you just have to watch the video and kind of see how I do it. So starting from this top quartz on the wall next to the stair, you're going to come out with a red terracotta, come below it with a red terracotta, come out with another red terracotta, and then come below that with another terracotta. And it should kind of give you this Tetris shape. This kind of like S piece, I guess. I don't know if anyone's even... No, Tetris is pretty popular. You should know what I'm talking about. And you do that on both sides. Just like that. And then on the topmost terracotta, you're going to place lanterns. Just the top one, not the second one. And it should be like on the bottom of it. Or it should be standing on the floor, I guess. I don't know. So now you're going to connect these 3 stairs with smooth quartz going all the way across. Just like that. And then, let me try to explain this as best as I can. Okay, so from each of these pillars, you're just going to connect into the walls And you can fill in the entire back section. So like everywhere past the quartz line, I guess we have, you're gonna fill in all of this and make sure it's on the back with no bridge. The front, it does have like a little balcony thing, so we'll figure out how to explain that. Figure it out somehow. I've explained the rest of this hopefully decently, so shouldn't be too hard to figure out, especially if you're watching the video. Watching the video definitely helps with a lot of this, because some of the stuff can be hard to explain, especially like the upper floor windows. Those are going to be fun to explain. Oh, and yay, I have to actually explain it in this video. Kind of. I have to explain like half of it. Okay, so you can also fill in between the pillars. So you'll have like 3 more rows of quartz from the stairs, so like that. And then you can fill in 1 more row of quartz in front of that. Okay, so this was a lot easier than I thought. So from this pillar on the wall, on the outer wall, you're going to connect straight above it into the quartz we already have for like the floor. And you're doing that on both sides as well. Who would have guessed? And you fill these in as well. It maybe would have been easier to just tell you to break out a certain area, but no, this is probably easier. And then from the inside corners, like, I don't really know how to describe it, just like the inside corners of this little rectangle we have, you're going to place 1 smooth quartz on each of the corners, so it's more of a rounded shape and not just a rectangle. And it's not going to be on the side where the entrance door is. It's going to be on the inside. I hope I'm not explaining this terribly. Okay, so you only need 2 more things before we move on to the second floor. You're going to need regular quartz slabs and glowstone. So you're going to want to be on the back end of the build with no balcony. And you're going to come behind the pillars, not on the pillars. You're going to come behind it by 1. And it should be on the glass. You're going to place upside down quartz slabs along this entire area under here, going towards the back. This part, like, confused me so many times while we're watching the video, because, like, the quality, YouTube is so bad with quality, so it was really blurry, and I couldn't tell if it was actually half a block of glass that was still exposed. But eventually I figured it out, and it is like that. Because I had initially thought that the entire floor was regular quartz, so I was doing that, but it's actually the slab there. Then on the front side, only the front side, you're going to come from the terracotta on the ceiling. You're going to have a 1 block gap and then replace with glowstone, and that's on both sides. Then from the receptionist desk, where this like frontmost block is, you're going to come directly above it, and it's going to be 1 block forward from it. Like this, I guess. That's probably the best way I can kind of show it. You can see that's where the receptionist little block thing would be, and then that's the glowstone. And that's the entire like ground level of the lobby complete. Okay, so Okay, so now I have to do the annoying part, which is explain the cross windows that are like on the corners. It's not too hard. So I guess like the triangles are decently hard to explain as well. So you're gonna come directly above these pillars, and you're going to do a 2 by 3 of quartz above where you have like the double pillar. It's gonna be 2 and then 3 high. And that's going to be on all your pillars. You're just bringing them up by 3, basically, which should be pretty easy. Okay, so now you're just going to fill in the back block between these pillars. It should be in line with like the rest of your windows there. It's kind of like how the stone bricks were, where it goes like between the corner like that. And you're just going to bring it up to 3 for now. I'll show you how to do all the windows right now, just to get it out of the way, and then we'll work on the second floor, just because the windows can be kind of annoying if you don't know what you're doing, and I have to teach you how to do it if you want to actually build this. Maybe you're just watching this for entertainment, I don't know. Sometimes I do that with tutorials. If I don't actually feel like building something, or it's like super big, I'll just watch the tutorial and I don't know. But this is going to be a very... You'll see. I guess I didn't fill that one in all the way. Alright, so you should just have 3 layers so far. So now, what you're gonna do, you can kind of see it there. It's gonna be in sections of 3. You're just gonna come up diagonally from both sides with 3 going vertically. So not like diagonally 3, you're just gonna come up with 3 like that. Only on the middle ones though. On the corners, you're gonna come with only 1. You're not gonna go back with that. And that's on both the corners. And then you're gonna keep going out diagonally with these, the middle ones at least, just until they reach a point of 1. So you'll see how these in the middle connect. Like that. Should give you like a nice isosceles triangle. And you're going to do that so that all the 2 rows are the same height. So you should have to do it a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be 5 sets of 3. And then on the corners, you just bring it 1 all the way until it meets the middle. The middle one is 2, but the rest is just 1. And that's on all the corners. And you're going to do that on all sides, as you probably could have assumed. And I'll explain the glass, because the glass on the corners is kind of confusing. Like I said, you have to kind of know what you're doing. And I hopefully know what I'm doing. I don't know for sure if I know what I'm doing. I probably know what I'm doing. I watched the video 100 times, so I would hope I know what I'm doing. you better hope I know what I'm doing too, because I'm the one making the tutorial. I'll probably edit some of this out, so it's not just, that's not 3. What am I doing? This is going to be annoyingly repetitive throughout the entire build. You'll see what I mean. Because I hope you like this shape, because we're going to be doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more times. Yeah, only 6 more times. So not as bad as I thought. I thought it was 8 floors, but it's only 7. Well, technically it's not even 7, it's less than that, because of how Josh made some of the upper floors. You can tell he kind of got lazy and just started letting stuff be a bit bigger in terms of the room size. I'm currently recording all the audio for this on my phone as I build this, so I really hope that I can figure out a way to send it to my computer so I can edit it in to the video. Otherwise, you're just going to get a silent tutorial, and I don't think anybody wants that. I especially don't want that, because that would be frustrating if I go through all this. I've already been recording for an hour and 10 minutes. I'm starting to get hungry, so after this I'll have breakfast. Still got a lot of leftovers from Thanksgiving, so that'll be good, I guess, for breakfast. Maybe. Alright, so that's that. On top of the walls, just the walls, don't do the corners, just like the middle walls of like chords you've done. You're going to connect the top, you're going to go one above where the third one is. Just like that. Leave the corners out. Just for now, leave the corners out. You can probably... I'll show you how to do the corners. So, from the back blocks, you're going to come in one. Then you're going to go into the building by one. And then you get connected. So it's kind of like diagonal. You get kind of an M shape. Like that. And that's for all the corners. That's going to be most of the corners for the rest of this build. Yeah, I'm definitely just going to do this first kind of level, this lobby, I guess, here. Okay, so now the glass, it should be fairly simple. The middle ones you just fill in. So these middle three triangles you just fill in on all sides, just like how you would expect on the innermost block, just so you have one sticking out. On the corners, I'll just show you how to do it now. You're going to bring these three where it goes straight. You're going to bring them up two more sets of three, so 6 more total. So you have a total height of 9 for these glass, and then you're just going to make sure it's in between the quartz. Okay, and then on the next layer, you're going to do everything, all the walls, except for that corner. You're going to leave that corner out because he doesn't have any friends. And then you're going to come in by 1, just like this. You're making a bigger M, I guess. Would probably be the easiest way to explain it, and you're going to bring that up to a total of 3, like that. So it's easier to see from, I guess, from here. 1, 2, and 3. Just 3 rows of that. Then on the next row, you're going to go on top of just the 1, and then you're going to come diagonally in. It's basically just following this top M, actually. Oh, it does. Yeah, it just follows that perfectly. And that's for all 3 of those glass there. Here's what it should look like from the outside. It kind of looks, I forget what the video game is, but start with 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5 if you add like blocks there, kind of hiding that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's from the outside. From the inside, you just get 1 and then 2. So not as exciting. And then you just do that for all the corners, and you can fill in all your walls with glass. I'm just going to do another 3 rows just because I'm a bit lazy right now. I'll fill in the rest of the glass later for the final shot. Final kind of tour, I guess, of what we have, or what we should have if you've been following along. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to do the second floor, which is going to be exciting. I guess we can start with the elevator, because that'll probably be... Okay, so all you need for the elevator actually fits perfectly into a single hotbar slot. Not a single hotbar, but a single hotbar, I guess. And actually, for the back wall, you do want to fill in all of the glass here. You don't have to do the corners if you don't want to, just like the main wall part, if you can. Well, you can, it's not hard. It's just a little bit of glass, just a couple hundred glass. So from each of these sets of 3 quartz that are touching kind of the floor, you're going to bring these out by 2, and then you're going to cap it off, I guess, at the end with regular quartz. Okay, I made a mistake. It's going to be 3 smooth quartz and then regular quartz. And then you're going to bring these all the way up to the top of the floor. Just kind of top of the quartz section. Just up to here. I never finished Grainer's tree. I'll finish it off camera. Maybe I'll do a stream finishing the tree. I did a stream kind of finishing Grainer's floor. So you should have something that looks like that. Make sure you're going straight up. Don't follow the triangle. The triangle is its own thing. The elevator just goes straight up. I would hope an elevator goes straight up. So then, on the frontmost kind of section of the elevator, you're going to leave a 1 block gap, place a quartz, 1 block gap, quartz, 1 block gap, quartz. And you're only going to bring these up so they're 3 high. And then this middlemost one, the middle one, you're going to bring back with the smooth quartz again. Like that. Just gonna break it. So then, coming back from only the left 3 quartz, you're going to come back with 3 white glass. It's only these ones. These ones you can if you want, but you won't ever actually see it. Because this side is the out of order side. And then on the top, in between each of the quartz, you're going to place a single glass. Just like that. Probably should have told you what you had to get out, but it's fine. You can probably see by now. So on each of these like quartz walls, I guess, you're gonna come in 3 just on the front with red concrete, and you're gonna go all the way until you're 1 block below the top. And then the top is just gonna be smooth quartz. Because that's where the next floor is. You're going to do that on both sides, filling in your 3. Actually, I might have to double check if the red actually goes all the way up. Okay, so I was wrong. Don't go all the way up with your red concrete. If you did, it's fine. You just gotta replace these top 3 rows with smooth quartz. And then you just connect them together in the middle. So it's not too hard of a fix. And then in between the red concrete, you're going to place white glass all the way up to the smooth quartz. So on top you should have 4 quartz on the corners and then 4 smooth quartz in between the corners. Just like this, I guess, would probably be the best angle for it. Then, behind the glass, on like the inside of the elevator, just on the glass that you can actually see from the front, you're going to place glowstone all the way up. And the glowstone does come up to the next floor, I think. Then you're going to bring the 2 smooth quartz behind the glowstone all the way up. I know it looks kind of awkward, I guess, but it's whatever. That's how the build is. Some stuff is awkward, some stuff isn't. Then you're going to bring these 3 rows of white glass on the inside of the elevator all the way up to the top floor, I guess. Top of the floor. And actually this, you're gonna keep the top with smooth quartz. And then for the doors of the elevator, in between, let's go left to right. So from the leftmost kind of doorway, you're going to place 2 spruce trapdoors facing to the left, and you're going to open them so they're actually on the wall. Then for the next doorway, you're just going to place a single spruce trapdoor on the bottom. And then for these 2, they're out of order, so what you're going to do is you're going to place 2 spruce trapdoors facing toward like the glass, and then you're going to flip them open so they're kind of blocking them off. Then for the first elevator, it's going to be the up, so you're going to replace these 3 smooth quartz. There should be slabs underneath them with soul sand, so it should be like that. Then I guess we'll just do all the water. So for this, you're just going to fill the entire thing with water. If you are missing, like, if it's not bubbling for you, like all 3 aren't bubbling, you can just place kelp at the bottom and it should, like, automatically turn all of them into source blocks and fix it. And you will have to break the kelp at the bottom so that it actually works. And then on this kind of the down elevator, you're going to place on the backmost, like on the glass, on the backmost glass, you're going to place a single bucket, and that should flow forward and be stopped by the trapdoor. And all the water should be stopped by the trapdoors, actually. So now we're going to do the signs, and I just, I picked the signs from over there because I already had them, and I don't feel like memorizing exactly what they say. So this should be the first one, and it goes directly above the 2 trapdoors on the glass. And what you're going to do is, you're going to do the, it should be Shift 6 on most keyboards, but if it isn't, I don't know, it should be just like an up arrow that you can type. It's not an actual, it's not the actual up key. And that's going to be the top line. Then you're going to go down a line. You're going to go first floor with 1 lowercase st space capital F lowercase LOOR. And then the next line, I know it's spelled wrong. Well, it's not spelled wrong, but it shouldn't have the apostrophe, but it is there in the video and in all the videos with the tower. It's going to be offices with just the capital O and an apostrophe between the E and the S, which implies possessive, but I'm not going to get into English with this. And that should be what it looks like for you. If it isn't, then, I don't know. Good luck, I guess. It shouldn't be hard, it's just signs. The next sign goes above the, little bit of water above this trapdoor on the glass again. You're going to do a line of dashes, and then the next line down is going to be do not with D and N both capitalized. And then the next line down is enter with just the E capitalized. And then below that is another line of dashes. Then, for the last sign, it's going to be in between these two broken down elevators, and it's going to be on the block, the second block up between them. You're going to have a sign that says out of order, so out's on the first line, of is on the second line, and order is on the third line. And that should be the elevator completely done. So now we can get rid of all of that. Okay, so we should be able to finish up with just these last few materials. So you're going to need red carpet, lantern, spruce trapdoor, purple stairs, red tulips, block of quartz, flower pot, and red stained glass pane. So we'll start with the red stained glass pane because we don't need too many of those, and we'll just get it out of the way. So basically, where this little hole is in the floor on the front, you just gotta wrap the glass panes around that. And then you're gonna do, is it the same? Hold on, let me check. So, basically, you're gonna need smooth quartz, I guess, too, because you probably didn't do this, because I didn't do it. It's just next to the topmost, where the lantern is, it's gonna be next to the topmost terracotta, and it's just on all sides. It's not too big of a deal. And then you're just gonna wrap the glass around that as well. But, when you get to like where it's going into the lantern, you're gonna go like that, so it's like diagonal. There's a lot of M shapes in this. So you got like an M there, and you're gonna stop before it hits the stair. And you do that on all the sides. Like I said before, this build is the first couple, like the ground floors, are really symmetrical. Yeah, and that'll be, you can get rid of the red stained glass, and I think you can get rid of smooth quartz. Maybe. I might be lying. I hope I'm not lying. Okay, so now for the carpet, you're just gonna come. So you see where the glowstone is? You're going to fill in above the glowstone and connect it between, and then you're going to go one out, just so that you're in line with like these glass panes, and then you're going to bring this all the way to the elevator. So you should have like a 5 by 11 of red carpet here. And then on where near the elevator, on like in front of like these, you're gonna place 3 more on both sides, like that, so that it kind of fills in those gaps there. And now you're still gonna need carpet for. Okay, so now you're gonna get out your regular block of quartz. It's not the smooth one, it is the normal. And you're gonna, from the front corner, the front and the back, this is where the symmetry ends. So you're just going to do this on the front,
So from the fourth one in, if you're starting from like the inside, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is where you're gonna place it. So you should have 3 diagonal between the block and the window. And you do those on both the front sections. Then, I guess if you're facing from the front to the back, if you're looking like at the elevator, you're gonna come from the block to the right. Well, you're gonna come towards the outer wall with 2 purple stairs, and that's gonna be on kind of both corners of the block. You go towards the front, just kind of like this, so it goes towards the wall on both with 2 purple on each side, and you do that on both of these, so it's facing like toward the window. Then on the end of each of these little chairs, I guess, you're gonna place spruce trapdoors facing into them and then open them so they're kind of like little armrests, I guess. And you do that on both sides as well. Then on top of the courts, you're gonna place a flower pot with a red tulip in it. And you do that on both these course blocks. Then, I hope I can remember this. So, if you're coming from, I guess what you can do is you'll come from both of the purple, either one of the purple stairs, and you're just gonna come in so that it connects in the middle. And then you should have like a row of 4 on each, on whichever side you're going. You just add middle 2, you just bring out by 1. And I don't think the inside has any. I might be wrong. And you do that on both sides. This is kind of like the best way I can describe it without going like, oh, you gotta do diagonal and then come over one. Because that's how I had done it when I first built it, and that was kind of annoying. Yeah, that's what you have. Okay, so this should be nearing the end now. So you're gonna grab your quartz block again, and it's gonna be from the second one in diagonal from the back. Just like that. It's on the back side where like the elevator is, where you have these like 2 little areas here left over. And then you're gonna come out facing away from the windows this time with 3 purple stairs on each side of the block away from the windows. And then you're gonna place the trapdoors on the ends as well. And then the flower pot with the tulip on top of the block. And you do that on both sides. So you do the 3, 3, and the trapdoor. Then you're going to need your lantern. These are the last 2 lanterns for this section. You're going to place it kind of like behind this specific trapdoor. So don't go behind that one next to the elevator. This one next to the red glass pane. You're going to go back 1 so that it's right next to the window. And you do that on both sides, like that. And this should be the last of it. So you're going to do like an L shape following like the purple, and then you come in between with 1. Just like that. And you do that on both sides. Like that. And then, I guess there's really only one last step. And that's going to be fill in the ceiling and the glass if you were like me and you were lazy and you didn't want to do it. So I'll probably either time-lapse this or edit this out. But yeah, you just fill in your ceiling with smooth quartz. No. Okay, well yeah, actually. So this, back in the elevator, I forgot about this. So you're gonna come down to where these glass blocks are. You're just gonna place smooth quartz behind them so that it hides what's inside. And then you can fill in the top of this with smooth quartz and actually replace these top quartz with smooth quartz. You should be able to see them pretty clearly. They stick out a bit. I guess talking kind of helps distract from the fact that I'm doing this a bunch. And yeah, that should be the entire first couple floors of the Slogo Worldwide building. Wow, that's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. We'll get to the next floor, which is the offices, in the next video. Oh, I gotta fix this. Let me go inside so that I can show you what we'll do in the next episode, next video. So this is what we'll do in the next video. Unless you can unless you actually just go frame by frame in this video to recreate it. It's not that hard. If we do get this done in like an hour or like 30 minutes, I might do the next floor. No, because the next floor is, isn't it? Yeah, this is gonna have to be an episode all on its own. Just because it's so much. Hell, it might need to be 2 episodes. I hope it won't have to be 2 episodes. But like, based on the amount we've done in this video, I've been recording for nearly 2 hours now. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot for the penthouse. So, Crainer's house shouldn't be too bad. The storage room is really easy. So maybe I'll do the offices and the storage room in the same video. No, but then I'd have to do like, well, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what I should do, because the storage room is easy, the offices are easy, but the penthouse is hard. Crainer's house is like the same level of like the first couple floors. Probably. I don't know. And this is the second version of his base that was shown in Josh's video when he burned it all down, which is very fun to kind of have to recreate. And actually, something I did was I did do the piston door that Grainer had. I don't know exactly the redstone he used, but I just did my own version because Josh never goes into this little cupboard here. He doesn't ever look at it. But it's not that hard redstone. It's just a torch, a lever, and a single piece of dust, and a couple pistons. So it should be pretty easy to do whenever I do that. Whenever I get to this floor. I still have to do the tree. This is what I have of the tree so far, just going off of Josh's video, because Jelly never goes in his, like, when he places all the bees. But this is probably as close as I could get it. Well, maybe I can do that. No, there's a torch there, isn't there? Alright, well, it's fine. Yeah. And then, well, this next floor is also pretty easy because it's literally just that and also all the walls, but we're gonna have to do those like 6 times after this. So yeah, I'll just leave that open because I'm gonna have to come back in anyway. I will finish Crainer's tree off camera though. just so it's ready by the time we get to Crainer's floor. But yeah, I guess I should do like a little tour of what we should have so far. So here's the bridge, and then here's the little entrance, here's the lobby. This is where the villager would go. It would go in the glass so that it doesn't escape. And same thing on the back there, if you did get the villagers. And you would rename them Susan on the front and Ellen at the back. And then, here's the little in-between area. What you probably could have done is, because you don't see that, it probably is just red concrete that wraps around the entire, like, base, but oh well. I only did the course because it kind of makes it easier to put in the stairs, just because you have an actual marker showing where the stairs go. And, yeah, so then here's the second floor area. There's all the little seating areas. We've got... I just now realized that this is the same as that. It's got the L, it's just the block there. It's got the L with the 1 in between. And then the elevator pops you out up here where the offices will go. Yeah, that's what we've got so far. We'll get a screenshot for the thumbnail, I guess. Yeah. So bye, I guess.